Hi, thank you for checking out my video. Today I'm going to talk about self-help for anxiety relief. Actually, I'm going to be reading about it rather than talking about it. But I found some more information in my pile of information on how to stop worrying, self-help for anxiety relief. And I've come across some studies that show that anxiety rates are at all-time high and they are continuing to rise. And I can relate to it, and it's not a comfortable thing to experience. So I'm going to share some more information on it. Self-help for anxiety relief. All right. So worrying can be helpful when it spurs you to take action and solve a problem. But if you're preoccupied with what ifs and worst case scenarios, worry becomes a problem of its own. Unrelenting doubts and fears are paralyzing, not motivating or productive. They sap your emotional energy, send your anxiety levels soaring, and interfere with your day-to-day life. All this with no positive payoff. The good news is that chronic worrying is a mental habit you can learn how to break. You can train your brain to stay calm and collected and to look at life from a more positive perspective. So why is it so hard to stop worrying? Constant worrying takes a heavy toll. It keeps you up at night and makes you tense and edgy during the day. You hate feeling like a nervous wreck. So why is it so difficult to stop worrying? For most chronic worriers, the anxious thoughts are fueled by the beliefs, both negative and positive, they hold about worrying. On the negative side, you may believe that your constant worrying is harmful, that it is going to drive you crazy or affect your physical health. Or you may worry that you're going to lose all control over your worrying, that it will take over and never stop. On the positive side, you may believe that your worrying helps you avoid bad things, prevents problems, prepares you for the worst, or leads to solutions. Negative beliefs or worrying about worrying add to your anxiety and keep worry going. But positive beliefs about worrying can be even more damaging. It's tough to break the worry habit if you believe that your worrying protects you. In order to stop worry and anxiety for good, you must give up your belief that worrying serves a positive purpose. Once you realize that worrying is the problem, not the solution, you can regain control of your worried mind. Self-help tip. Number 1, accept uncertainty. The inability to tolerate uncertainty plays a huge role in anxiety and worry. Chronic worriers can't stand doubt or unpredictability. They need to know with 100% certainty what's going to happen. I'm a lot like that. I have to know how much each paycheck's going to be, how much each bill is, when it's due. And if I even start skipping on looking at that and knowing what's going on, my anxiety starts to go up and I start to feel a little bit of loss of control. So that's one of the things that I go through. But they need to know with 100% certainty what's going to happen. Worrying is seen as a way to predict what the future has in store, a way to prevent unpleasant surprises and control the outcome. The problem is it doesn't work. Thinking about all the things that could go wrong doesn't make life any more predictable. You may feel safer when you're worrying, but it's just an illusion. Starve the illusion. Focusing on worst case scenarios won't keep bad things from happening. It will only keep you from enjoying the good things you have in the present. So if you want to stop worrying, start by tackling your need for certainty and immediate answers. Challenging intolerance of uncertainty, the key to anxiety relief. Ask yourself the following questions and write down your responses. See if you can come to an understanding of the disadvantages and problems of being intolerant of uncertainty. All right, so here's the first question that asks, is it possible to be certain about everything in life? No, it's not. That's my answer. No, it's not possible to be certain about everything in life. Second question, what are the advantages of requiring certainty versus the disadvantages? Or how is needing certainty in life helpful and unhelpful? Don't have an immediate answer for that one. So, question 3. Do you tend to predict bad things will happen just because they are uncertain? Is this a reasonable thing to do? What is the likelihood of positive or neutral outcomes? Question 4. Is it possible to live with the small chance that something negative may happen, given its likelihood is very low? Okay. Worry and anxiety self-help tip number 2. Create a worry period. It's tough to be productive in your daily life when anxiety and worry are dominating your thoughts. Trying to stop worrying doesn't work, at least not for long. You can distract yourself for a moment, but you can't banish your anxious thoughts for good. Trying to do so often makes them stronger. But that doesn't mean there's nothing you can do to control your worry. You just need to try a different approach. Rather than trying to totally suppress an anxious thought, develop the habit of postponing worrying. Learning to postpone worrying. Create a worry period. Choose a set time and place for worrying. It should be the same every day. Examples, in the living room from 5 to 5:20. And early enough that it should be the same time every day and early enough that it won't make you anxious right before bedtime. During your worry period, you are allowed to worry about whatever's on your mind. The rest of the day, however, is a worry-free zone. Postpone your worry. If an anxious thought or worry comes into your head during the day, make a brief note of it on paper and postpone it to your worry period. Remind yourself that you'll have time to think about it later. So there's no need to worry about it right now. Save it for later and continue to go about your day. Go over your worry list during the worry period. Reflect on the worries you wrote down during the day. If the thoughts are still bothering you, allow yourself to worry about them, but only for the amount of time you've specified for your worry period. If the worries don't seem important anymore, cut your worry period short and enjoy the rest of your day. Postponing worry is effective because it breaks the habit of dwelling on worries in the present moment. As you develop the ability to postpone your anxious thoughts, you will experience a greater sense of control. I think that's pretty helpful right there. Worry and anxiety self-help tip number 3. Challenge negative thoughts. If you suffer from chronic anxiety and worries, chances are you look at the world in ways that make it seem more dangerous than it really is. For example, you may overestimate the possibility that things will turn out badly, jump immediately to worst-case scenarios, or treat every negative thought as if it were fact. You may also discredit your own ability to handle life's problems, assuming you'll fall apart at the first sign of trouble. These irrational, pessimistic attitudes are known as cognitive distortions. Although cognitive distortions aren't based on reality, they're not easy to give up. Often, they are part of a lifelong pattern of thinking that's become so automatic you're not even completely aware of it. Cognitive distortions are a part of a lifelong pattern of thinking that's become so automatic you are not even completely aware of it. In order to break these bad thinking habits and stop the worry and anxiety they bring, you must retrain your brain. Start by identifying the frightening thought, being as detailed as possible about what scares or worries you. You can do this in that little notebook. It says to during the day, write down something that if you start to worry about something, write it down and put it off until your worry period. Well, you can start identifying. That's how you can identify these thoughts. Being as detailed as possible about what scares you or worries you. Then, instead of viewing your thoughts as facts, treat them as hypotheses you're testing out. As you examine and challenge your worries and fears, you'll develop a more balanced perspective. So it says, stop worry by questioning the worried thought. What's the evidence that the thought is true or that it's not true? Is there a more positive, realistic way of looking at the situation? What's the probability that what I'm scared of will actually happen? Excuse me. If the probability is low, what are some more likely outcomes? Is the thought helpful? How will worrying about it help me, and how will it hurt me? What would I say to a friend who had this worry? Alright, so that's probably going to be far enough in this for this video. We will most likely finish this off in a second video. Yep, but we will get into cognitive distortions that lead to anxiety and worry in the next video. But you know, at the end of every video, guys, I got this journal that I made. I had to do when I was in the challenge incarceration program for that 6 months, and I've been reading one of these usually at every end of every video. Some videos I forgot, or some videos I just didn't do it, but I've been reading these for a couple of months now. So I started this channel. I started not even knowing I was going to start doing this. I just started recording videos. I think tomorrow or the next day will be 2 months ago. And it's just kind of transpiring on its own what's taking place. But the next Let's see. All right. We are on October 27th of 2011. Okay, so what was the positive and what was negative about today? The positive for me was that Mr. Rastel filled in for Miss Noss, so we had class when I thought we wouldn't because it was canceled. I improved in all three parts of the PT test. Negative was that inmates are going on quitter. The wet cell is full and inmate went to Jackson today. Inmates are going on quitter status. The wet cell is full and inmate went to Jackson today. Not quite sure what that meant. I don't remember what that means, but what were the main feelings I experienced today? I feel determined and confident. Determined to get what I need out of this opportunity and confident in my ability to accomplish the future I hope for. What helped me make it through the day? What helped me was looking at the alternative routes to my goals if Route A is impossible or unrealistic. What did I learn today? I learned that Wisconsin apprenticeship system is encouraged and available in many career fields. It is a great opportunity for the apprentice and employer. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching. Keep pushing forward. Never give up. Just because we've been a certain way so long does not mean we have to continue to be that way. Next video.